Well, good morning. It's Mission Tuesday, and that means we focus on something and someone outside of ourselves, which is always a good thing. Wouldn't it be great if God always said yes to our prayers, whatever we ask for? If God always said yes. Well, he doesn't always say yes. Jesus, talking about prayer, said to his disciples, "Which of you, if his son asks for bread, would give him a stone?" Well, the answer is that's crazy. Of course, no good father would give his son a stone instead of bread, because a good father only wants to give good things to his son. Now, if that's true for us as fathers, it's especially true of God, who only gives us what is best from his point of view. And so sometimes he doesn't say yes when we ask for something. He says no. But he knows exactly what we need. He knows what's best. But sometimes he says no. Think of Moses in the Old Testament. Moses, who just an amazing figure among the Jews. Moses, who rose to be a leader. His mother saved him by putting him in a little boat and floated down the river, and Pharaoh's daughter found him, and God protected him. He escaped the edict of Pharaoh to kill all of the children in the land. And he grew up to be a leader in Israel, and he stood before Pharaoh as a man, as a leader in Israel, and said, "Let my people go." And God led him and Israel through the wilderness to escape Egypt, the Egyptian army, across the Red Sea, right up to the Promised Land. And that dream that Moses had of entering the land after having led Israel, God said no. God said, "No, you're not going to go into the land. You can see it, but you will not go in." And that was a dream that was shattered. But nevertheless, God said no, because he intended to raise up a leader named Joshua in his place. And then you come to the New Testament, you have the great apostle Paul, who was sent to the Gentiles, and so he wanted to preach the word in Asia, and God said no. And then he wanted to go to Bithynia, and God said no. Two dreams, two visions that Paul had, and God said no. And then finally he had a vision in the night where God spoke to him about going to Macedonia, because that's where God wanted him to go. God always knows what's best. And I say all of this to remind you to pray for the Quinleys, Ryan and Kaylee and their two daughters, and soon to be a third, a son named Braden, who's going to be born in a couple of months. The Quinleys, as you probably know, had a vision, had a dream to go to the Dominican Republic to share the gospel, to set up a church, to teach pastors. And they got there, and they had a place to live, and they started to invite neighbors, and they formed a little gathering, and they hosted it, and it was all going so well. And then Ryan was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases, which made it impossible for him to continue ministry and required treatment in the United States. So they packed up and they grieved the loss of their vision, their dream, and the family that they had formed in the Dominican Republic. And they returned to the States, where they are now in St. Louis, and waiting to see what God would do next, but still grieving the loss of that dream. Sometimes God says no, but he always has another plan, a perfect plan. And I know that Ryan and Kaylee know that, but I would ask you to pray for them as they absorb everything that's happened and the loss of a dream, and grieve over the loss of that, but that they would look forward with hope to what God has for them. So pray for Ryan and Kaylee, their girls, their two girls, and this little boy, Braden, who's to be born soon. Pray that God would give them hope and joy and show them what's next for their ministry. So have a wonderful Tuesday. Please take note of the note that came earlier before this one about the agenda for Sunday's annual meeting. If you're a member, and even if you're not a member, you're welcome to attend and listen in. And if you have any questions about what's going on Sunday, please let me know. Also, Sunday, the service on Sunday is Share Faith Sunday. And we're asking that you prepare to share something, just briefly, that helps you to grow in your faith, something that we're doing in our church, something that we could do that we're not doing, that helps you to grow in your faith. We want to encourage each other, stir one another up to love and good works. So that's this Sunday. And so have a wonderful Tuesday. God bless you.